Now when you look at this photo, it looked like two best friends, smiling in the picture, happy. What could possibly be wrong with this photo? Well, 6 hours later, a girl on the right that you see, her name is Brittany. Her body was found in a ditch, dead. The girl on the left, her name is Cheyenne. What happened on this following day is the two best friends, they was hanging out and Cheyenne decided to post a selfie of her. Probably because this is going to be your last memory. Why not take in this moment that we're happy together and post it on Facebook and let everybody see that we're so happy together before I murder you? So after she posted the pic on Facebook, they went out to have a girls' night out just to have fun. 6 hours later, I guess, a bystander found the body in a ditch, called the cops. The cops came by. Investigators was also involved and they found out she died from strangulation with a belt. They got in contact with everybody who was close to her and everyone who hangs out with her, including Cheyenne. She was crying. I was just with her a couple hours ago. What happened? It cannot be her. You sure you got a right description of the girl that you're talking about? Is it really her? Yes, ma'am. Your best friend Brittany. She's reported strangled and dead. It's her. You have to have the wrong person. It cannot be her. I was just with her. Strangulation, right? Who want to murder her? You know, she was all in distress. She was crying. She couldn't believe it. All along, she was the murderer. She was fooling everyone, at least she thought. She thought she could get away with it. Investigators approached her and it went like this. Investigators said, what happened that night that you two was hanging out? She said, we were just bar hopping all night, which is going bar to bar, drinking, having a good time. But when the night was almost over, we went to a restaurant around 4 a.m. And after the restaurant, she left. She went home and I went home. So we went our two separate ways. Thank y'all. I wish I can hug y'all if I can. Shout out to everybody having a snacks. I'm so glad that y'all have y'all snacks today. The reason why I'm saying thank y'all is because 2 days ago I was at 169,000 subscribers. Today I'm at 177,000 subscribers of the time of me recording this video. Drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow then. Shout out Korex Kitchen. Hey Siri, how big is your booty? With that being said, you already know what I'm about to say. Let's get into this crazy video. Go get your snacks. I just started off in your world. But investigators dig deep. They found out, you know, when I say restaurant, they found out that restaurant it's like a bar / restaurant. But they found out they was never there. She lied about that. So they went to their Facebook and that's when they found this picture that you're currently seeing from the beginning of this video. And they seen a belt in this photo that she's wearing. They seen that was the belt laying next to her dead body after she was strangled. She told her uncle, I don't want the investigators to know what we're doing. I need your help. So I actually strangled my best friend. Tell the investigators that night we went out with 2 other guys, black men. They took us to the hotel and things began to become very violent. So when her uncle was questioned, this story was told. Investigators knew that this never happened. These men never was involved. And the thing about when you tell a lie at a certain hotel, they're gonna check CCTV cameras everywhere now. You can't just tell lies these days. You just can't. It's not gonna work. So she got away with it for 2 years. But then a key witness came. She came to the family. It was Cheyenne's best friend. She said, well, you know the night that Brittany died, your daughter? She said them two was drinking. Some altercations happened. She struck her. She was mad. Her body was unconscious and she laid her unconscious body in a car. She came to my house with the unconscious body and I came up to her car because she came up to my house. She wanted my comfort, I guess. And I seen Brittany laying there, lifeless. I didn't know if she was dead or not at the time, but father, mother, your daughter murdered someone 2 years ago, and I want you to know that. She went to the court. She ended up saying she was guilty, and she said, I will never forgive myself. I never will. At the time, I was drunk, stupid, a bad attitude, and I'm very sorry for the loved ones that loved her. I'm also sorry to anyone that I hurt, anyone who was close to her. I am guilty, and I did murder her. Now imagine this, your family posts a picture up to social media. The picture of them two looked heartwarming, happy, fun. But what nobody didn't know and failed to realize, as soon as that picture went up, the two go missing, vanish, no one could find them. Every call, every text that goes to the couple, unread.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
No answers, no pickups, nothing. And then all of a sudden, things is back how it never left. They texting back, they posting on social media like nothing ever happened. They even got married. But wait, it was someone behind their cell phones controlling their social media, pretending that everything was just fine, pretending like they was just having a good time all of this time. Little do they know, the girlfriend is chained up somewhere stuck, pleading for help, getting assaulted every single day, and a boyfriend, well, he gets murdered, and his body would then eventually get found. Let's get into this horrible, horrible, terrifying story.
So when a woman was found chained alive.
Excuse me. We have Kayla in your property. She was locked in a container. Okay? She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay? So at this time, I'm gonna need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
He's right here.
The text on social media went like this. Kayla's family reached out to Charlie, text him and said, "Where the hell is Kayla Brown?" "Oh, Kayla is with her husband, Charlie." I mean, well, duh. We just want to know if she's okay because she's ignoring us. No, why is we still texting? We all should be grouped up, charging to the house right now. So the family says, why can't she have any contact with us? And who is this? She doesn't want to. I don't believe that. I know Kayla. She's not just gonna run away from everyone. You or her should at least let someone know she's alive. The people that needed to know that we're okay, know that. Now, if you're a family member, as soon as you read that message, the people that needed to know that, then you should know that we are the people that needed to know. Somebody is behind this phone. And that's what the family started to notice. Somebody is behind this phone and something is actually going on with Kayla. So the family texts the husband one more time and they text them this. Not one more time, a couple of more times. "Charlie, where are you? Are you okay? Is this even really you?" "Yes, I'm fine." At this point, the family is nervous and they text one more time. "Is this really you?" Now, I do have to point this out because this is something that we should all know before it goes over your head. When you text somebody, they usually have a certain way that they text. You can almost read their personality through text if it makes sense once you text them long enough. Well, every time they would text, they notice that this person is out of character. You don't text like this. Why are you texting like this now? And that's when Kayla's side of the family and Charlie's side of the family then knew, yeah, that's not them. Now here's what we know about Todd when he was a kid. When he see dogs or cats, he would get his BB gun or his pellet gun and he would shoot the dog. No hesitation, no care for him. He had a pet goldfish. As he's staring at the tank looking at the goldfish, he thought to himself, Clorox bleach.
Very damaging to the lungs, so you're breathing it in.
Let me pull this inside of a bag, small little bag, pick up the goldfish, drop it in the bag. Oh, his mother was terrified of this kid. She would lock her door every night.
All doors locked.
Because she thought to herself, maybe he's gonna try something on us. She didn't think that just for no reason. He would threaten her and tell his mother, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually, I know that I'm gonna kill you. Every time she buys new furniture around the house, he'll make sure he destroy it with a hammer. Probably subliminally indicating that this is the object that you're gonna die to. I mean, this kid was so terrifying. On the school bus, he seen a girl. He looked at this girl. He gets out scissors and he actually stabs her on the leg. She didn't die, thankfully. These are the early signs that should have told everyone we need to do something with this kid. Something.
If you want to help yourself, tell me where Charlie's at so we can go find his body.
It was found that he killed 7 people that we know of.
What?
But he was also leaving clues behind.
Burying a few of them in his backyard.
It was very bloody, very gruesome.
Made me do whatever he wanted sexually. If I said no, and if I wasn't useful, that I wouldn't need to be kept any longer, and then he would shoot me.
This guy was crazy, fam.
You leave your hands exactly where they are, you understand? Sir, yes sir, thank you.
To brag that he was a serial killer and a mass murderer.
How long were you held captive?
65 days.
She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
And tell me where the body's at so we can go recover Charlie's body.
No sir.
You don't want to?
No sir.
Okay. Why'd you shoot him?
I didn't shoot anybody, sir.
When a couple was found missing and investigators began to look into this situation, they last figured out what a phones was pinged at, which led them to a real estate property person who goes by the name of Todd. But this guy is interesting because he's actually the Amazon killer. He'll make these reviews on Amazon about some disturbing things. One of them being, now my locks have locks. Place is hotel in California now. Now, reading that review, you couldn't really tell what he meant by that. It was just a subliminal.
2 people that went missing one time, right?
Yeah.
Think he bought padlocks? In the review section, he would be like, oh yeah, I just killed someone with it.
What
oh
the
yeah,
fuck?
I'm buying this to kill someone. Make sure, like he would leave hints.
Like in the actual product reviews.
In the reviews.
We talked about the things that happened and played a big part when he was a kid, the disturbing things. Now he's a teenager, 15. On his block, he has a crush on a girl who's around the same age as him. They neighbors, and he wanted her. In what way did you think he was gonna get her? Because I'm sure it's not the way that you think that I'm gonna say. He got a gun. Pointing it to her head, told her come with me. As aider. Help me. Walked her home and told her do not tell anyone. If you tell anyone, I'm sure you know what's gonna happen. Do not tell anyone what happened, okay? I'ma walk away, and before I do, if you do decide to get the guts to tell anyone, I will murder your brother and sister. That's exactly what he told her. The girl is just shaking up, looking like this, crying, saying, okay, I will not tell anyone. And she goes inside, sad, crying, tears coming out of her eyes. I know that situation done messed her completely up, and she was definitely depressed. If I was a girl, I would probably naturally dislike men, just not like men at all, be disgusted by them, and probably turn into a lesbian. I probably would. But then read this one. In the picture, you can see a shovel. He says, keep in the car for when I have to hide the bodies. And you left the full-size shovel at home. This is a miniature shovel. So he left the full-size at home to pick up the smaller one for when he going around or traveling or whatever it may be, and he can easily hide bodies. Then he says, does not come with a midget, which would have been nice. I hate the way how he texts because it sounds like he means he wishes full shovel came with a midget shovel so he wouldn't have to buy a midget shovel. He just wished both came together. It would have been nice for him. It would have just worked out perfect. He had to buy both of them separate. Like, text better. They searched everywhere around this guy property, and then they seen what stuck out. And most of you may have seen this clip because it went viral during the time of this case. They opened the container and they see her chained up. And to be honest, she was alive for one reason, because she was a female. Why did I just say that? Well, because every day she would get SA'd, assaulted, every day. So he kept her alive basically for that exact reason.
He would let me take a bath with a washcloth and a little tiny hot pot.
And he murdered off the boyfriend real quick because he wasn't going to do that to him. He didn't need him anymore. But remember how she was locked up and on Amazon, and he gave her a little review about the locks. He gave more reviews about locks. Solid locks. Have 5 on a shipping container. Won't stop them. Sure will slow them down till they are too old to care. What? Guess he thought the locks was gonna be so hard and it was gonna slow them down until it was just gonna give up. No, they're not gonna give up. Well, besides, it's not that hard to break locks when you got the right equipment. So I guess he just didn't think that through at all. After all of the bad that you heard with the mother and the son, guess what happened? Now that he's a full adult, serial killer, murdering people after people after people, the relationship began to become closer. She actually wanted her son free. And remember that teenager? When he was a teenager, he walked the girl home after he SA'd her. She wrote down in that note, they don't stop to think that even he walked the girl home. Does that sound like a dangerous criminal? He even walked the girl home. What? After that was a genuine pissed off what? Because after everything we just been through with this guy, everything, he already murdered people. What you mean? I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm starting to think that you played a big role, a huge role into why this guy is the way he is. Because what are you talking about? And I understand. I trust me, I understand. The only people that can ever give you unconditional love in this world is your parent and a dog. So I get it, like that you love him, but come on, be realistic. This is indeed a man that don't think, and this is a good thing. Let's go back to the text, and I want you to realize this. He would text in third person. It was a fuck up. I'm sure he didn't mean to text in third person because that's when the family eyebrows raised. Like, why would he text like that? Here's what I'm talking about. As you can see, one of the family members say, what the hell is Kayla Brown? Kayla is with her husband, Charlie. Third person, like somebody else is texting. Kayla is with her husband. Why isn't it Kayla is with me? That's the whole reason why one of the family members said, who is this? Yes, he screwed up. And how he murdered Charlie was he got a gun and he shot him 3 times in his chest. And I don't know if he did it in front of the wife, but look at him. He probably seemed like the type to enjoy that. He probably did. And this goes back to his Amazon reviews. He said, haven't stabbed anyone yet, but I'm keeping a dream alive. And when I do it, it will be a quality tool like this. I just got the creeps because he's serious. And for some reason, he liked targeting husbands and wives. Bodies was found. It was another husband and wife on his property. And don't you worry, he has life in jail. Like, he's not getting out. That is the end of this video. And I do want to say, Like, if y'all have some crazy best friend stories with evidence, video proof, some text messages involved, DM me. Let's talk. We probably could make a crazy video out of it. With that being said, I do love y'all. Good night. Enjoy y'all night. Y'all Christmas that's coming up on Monday. I love you. Bye.
I just skirted off in your world. I just skirted off with your bitch.